Groupon, right?
Yeah,
it's the fastest growing company in the world ever. They have a similar situation, and they're way ahead of us. But they don't share with anybody. They keep it all. Okay, now they hire people, and then they pay them, and there's some bonus structure paid to them. But you can work as hard or as little as you want to make an income, and you can get anybody over 18 in your family to join. And if somebody's going to be 18 within the next year, you know, no problem signing up. But there's no money involved. You don't sign anything up as collecting money. When the coupons are sold, you don't collect money for somebody else. You want that coupon, you get online and you buy that coupon.
Yeah,
so it's very simple.
And I'm actually looking at the possibility of the Santa Barbara Real Estate Investors Association as a business under it somehow. I also do computer support for people. That's something that I could do remotely, get my kids involved in, give discounts, coupon discounts and whatnot on a national level for remote access. There's a number of different things that you all have businesses going. So, you know, this is really something that you want to take a serious look at. So what's going to happen is you'll have that opportunity to sign up for that, and that's going to give you kind of an in for the cheaper national REIA. We've also got a blog site. The blog site has links to different things like YouTube, the education page that we have on our main site. And so as Janet and Ruth go through and contact different people for the meetings, some of this stuff is going to be talked about. The YouTube, all the stuff that we do on the videos goes up to YouTube for free. You've got access to that anytime. You don't have to be a member. But seeing this membership is free, you can see that there's some advantages as you kind of move down the line in this membership. Our educational page is kind of where Janet and Ruth are going to be working from, because on this educational page are a number of different things and products that we have and speakers that we've had here. So let's take a quick look, see if we still have internet access here. I think we do. Okay, so for instance, and as I build this education page, what I'm trying to do here is say, hey, you know, we've had a number of speakers. The information's up on YouTube. You can go watch these people for a half hour, an hour, hour and a half, get a sense of who they are, what's going on. But I'm also trying to gear this so that what I feel is of great importance maybe starts at the top and starts working down, at least for me personally, and hopefully it will for a number of other people. And so this particular thing that I came across here recently is housing alerts. And what this has to do is a website and a guy who's really statistically into where are the markets going up and where are they going down, and how can we provide that information to people so that they can stay focused on doing their investments in rising markets. Because I'm sure Harm's been investing for a long time. I have. I know that any wealth that I ever got, which we're all losing, and I'm losing during this economic turndown, it's been from properties in Santa Barbara that have gone up in one cycle, back down the next, up the next cycle, back down the next. And you know, when things are going down or they're flat, if you're doing all these strategies of investing, you know, it's like a job. But if you're doing those same strategies in an up market, all of a sudden you're getting all that wealth that goes along with it, which is a huge, huge difference.
So, Dan, since you've invested in Santa Barbara market for a long time, would you say that when the market goes down and then goes up, does the next low go back down to the first low, or does it go up?
Well, good question. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you take a quick look on kind of a national graph, okay? And this guy...
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but most of the money you make in real estate has nothing to do with you, or how smart you are, or how hard you work, or what properties you pursue, or even what strategies you use. None of that matters unless you get one thing right. Take a look at this. It's a chart of U.S. home prices for the last 35 years. Do you see the cycles? Do you see the repeating pattern?
Okay, so I'm going to stop it because I don't want this to go on and on, but what I want you to do is to see, if you click on it, you can get in here, you can see these patterns and how they've gone. Now, if you're fortunate enough to go through a recession and hang on to your properties, you know, over a 50-year period, and you're not moving or whatever, it really doesn't matter. It's all funny money until you sell anyway. Basically, what he's saying is, you should be buying and investing in the up markets, and as soon as we let you know that particular market in that area of the United States is starting to go down, you want to sell as quick as you can, get out, find out where the next market's going up, get in there and ride that one up and just keep doing that. Well, that's, you know, it's tricky because you're going to have to sell something, but you're also going to have to be able to kind of get over denial and kind of get over letting go and saying, okay, I don't care if I sell for a lot less than I would have, because it's going to be a whole lot less when we get down here someplace, you know. And so if you can make those moves, great. Or even if you're not buying and selling, if you're doing some kind of business in a market that's going up, great. Mark.
My parents bought a Mission Canyon in 1964 for $16,000. And it went as high as $1.3 million. And in between, you know, sometimes they thought, did we buy at the wrong time, or did we sell? Or, you know, they never did either. They just died there over an extended period of time. But, you know, 16,000 to 1.3 million. So,
if you sell at the right time, you're in great shape. So as the market started going down, we're looking here kind of now.
Never went down to 16.
what? Never was a long time? No.
It has, yeah.
No.
But, so in this market, this is kind of in here, you know, 2010, whatever, we've had a big drop off, you know, it's really gone down. And basically he's just saying if you can work, whatever effort and stuff that you're doing, if you can work it in an area that's going up, great. You know, even during the Great Depression, there was a few pockets in the United States where values were still going up. So this is something that's about, I think, $3,000 to buy into to see everything across the United States. I bought into it very inexpensively just to get in there because there are, I think, a possibility of having people coming in with you on your account and join to get access to this. I'm not real sure, so before you purchase anything, you probably ought to dig into it deep, maybe talk to me, I'll dig into it with you, and we'll figure out what's best as far as your investment if you want to do something like this. We all know the markets go up and down. We all know we should be investing in something that's going up, but we're not like a samurai warrior really staying on it and focus on that, making sure that we do that. And I can tell you, if I ever was, I probably wouldn't, you know, be scrambling like I am now because it's a huge thing. So go ahead and listen to that when you get a chance. Check it out. We're going to go back. Oops.
But you know, it's like they say, people learn more from their losses than their gains.
That's true. It's very true.
I could have done without that learning myself.
Right.
I'm still learning.
So we've got housing alerts. The next thing down, next month we're going to have Michael McNair from IRA Services come in. Now, a couple months back we had AJ from IRA, you know, IRA Pros, Self-Directed Pros, and that was all about creating an LLC, an IRA LLC. Well, you know, if we go down to the next one, you can see there's AJ. That talk is there. You can go back and look at that. But the reason I put IRA Services above him is because not everybody should have an IRA LLC because it's an actual business. And as I talked to Michael, he says, yeah, you know, everybody can have an IRA, and they can do things with their IRA. They can buy and sell property with their IRA tax-free. But if you have an IRA LLC, you have total checkbook control. There's a lot of things you can do, and people who don't really manage a business well, they're down at Vaughn's with their IRA checkbook, buying groceries, and they're in big trouble with the tax man and everybody else, you know. So that's why I say this is probably the first place to go. Start thinking about this. And I've got some information we're going to talk about later on after we have some more speakers up here that have to do with retirement. And I'm going to mention that not because, you know, we have people that are at retirement age or beyond, but because if you're 20 or 30, this is really what you need to be thinking about as you're making those decisions going through life so that when you do get to that age, you're already got the plan down and you know what you're doing. Okay?
That's the difference between newlyweds and nearly deads?
Yeah, we're in the town, Santa Barbara. So right now, because we haven't had Michael in here, I don't know what kind of discounts we're going to get from them as an organization. But we know from having AJ, if you decide to go get an IRA LLC, it might be about $3,000, but you're down about $2,000 or something because you're a member of Santa Barbara. So any of these things before you actually purchase, you probably got to get back to me or Janet or somebody just to make sure as you're going through that you are getting the right connections, you are getting the discounts, and we're working with you. That video's there. Now this is something that I put up here recently. I haven't bought into them, but I probably will. Excuse me. We've been doing a lot of talk about tax liens, tax deeds. Grab the drink here. Excuse me, grab this. Oh, thank you. As I dig deeper into this, Richard and I had this discussion here today as we were getting ready to do this whole thing, that there are a lot of gotchas in tax liens and tax deeds, and the deeper you get into it, the more you realize there's some good deals, but if you're not really doing your homework, and you're not really on top of it, you know, you could end up bankrupting with a lot of problems. You know, a lot of things can happen. This particular thing that John Lane is talking about here are tax overbids. Somehow, and I don't know exactly how because I haven't dug into it, people end up paying more than they should, and the county owes them money. Is the county going to come knock on the door and say, Lane, I'm sorry, we got all this money, it's yours? No way. And in fact, when he started doing these tax overbids, he said, if people ever found out that they were owed money and went to them, the county would say, yeah, but you had to jump through so many hoops, by the time they got through, the people just gave up and went away. So he got together and figured out how to get this money, along with a lawyer and having, you know, a cover sheet and everything else that these counties know. We're serious about getting the money for these people. So if you're able to do that and you get a contract with people that deserve to get the money, then you can agree on some percentage of that and make some money from that as well. Now, of course, he shows, I think he's holding a check here that he got $139,000 off of an overbid in a 4-month period. That's probably a once-in-a-lifetime thing that's going to happen. You know, you might be looking more at 5,000 or 6,000, 10, I don't know, because I haven't done it, but I'm going to get into it because I want to find out what the gotchas are, and if there's something here that people who are just starting off in investing can do without having to be contractually obligated to a very expensive house, and they need money, and they need joint ventures, and all this other stuff. So, you know, if there's something here that we can help people with, we're going to dig into it and find out. So if you decide, you click on this and listen to the video, or you read the information. If you decide to sign up for something before you do, again, get back to me so that we can make sure that we're somehow getting a discount and partnering up or whatever we can do. We had Jack Bosch show up here months back about flipping land. This is available. He's got a whole, you know, series of CDs and whatever. Good information. I did talk to some people in Arizona a few months back that said, hey, you know, flipping land was so easy when the market was going up, that they didn't even need a website. All they needed was a database of names in California. They had investors all day long that would buy this stuff up. Harder to get rid of now in the down cycle. Okay? So this is a page that you want to take a look at. And at the very end of this page, we've got something from the National IRA that has to do with professional housing provider. Now, can you get a cup of coffee for free for having a title and a position like that? I don't know, but they're offering this through the IRA. And if you click on that and get into it, you can see all the different classes they offer and everything that has to do with real estate, investing, and appraising, and all kinds of things. So, I don't know, something that, you know, if you decide that you want to work at, that title and that experience, because there's a lot of education behind it, you need to work through your local IRA as well, so I'm here and available for that, okay? Now, let's go Verge here for a moment, and at the end of other people's talks here, we're going to talk a little bit about the Social Security information that I recently got from our local Social Security office. In the meantime, I'd like to get Bob Garber. He's going to be our next speaker up here, and he's going to give you some great information. So let's give Bob a hand.
You want to touch me up on the presentation?
Yes, let's do that. Oops, put it there. Okay, you've got that for up and down, left and right.
Left and right.
Okay,
Good.
good.
So, hi folks. My name's Bob Garber. I'm
Excuse me, I want you over here because this is where the camera goes. If he tries to get you there, we'll never see your face.
well, that would be better.
No.
So, I'm with my company, 7 Star Properties. I also am a partner in a company called 7 Star Ventures. But I'm going to be talking about two different subjects today. There is a link between them, and I'll explain that toward the end. But the first one here is about the